Welcome to this week's show for Drawn to Whitetails. Got 3 or 4 things lined up for you this week. And the first thing is going to be a couple of turkey hunts by Josh Riley and Adam Clark. They're some of our new pro staff that we added in January, February of this year, and they have had an outstanding opening 3 days of turkey season. I think they both tagged out during that time. So we're going to share those hunts with you. Come back at the very end and I'm going to give a explanation of why I'm standing in front of this golf cart and go over a couple of sheds that I found with you. So first off, let's join Josh Riley. He did a self-filmed hunt on the opening morning of turkey season, and then the next hunt will be Adam Clark and Josh Riley as they tag team on a couple of turkeys. So let's jump right into those hunts and then join us back at the end for a recap.
Well, good morning, guys. This is Josh Riley with Drawn to Whitetails. It's about 5 minutes, or about 15 minutes after 5 this morning, April the 16th. It's opening morning of Kentucky turkey season. I'm over here on one of our lease grounds and fixing to get out here and see if we can get one gobbling and slip across this field before it starts getting too daylight. See if these birds will gobble. It's 50 degrees, so they are to gobble pretty decent. So y'all just kind of bear with me here, and we'll see what we can get going this morning. Thank y'all for watching and stay tuned. I hope y'all got the footage of this, because I was filming by myself and trying to do this, and like I said, I hope the footage got on the ground. But this morning we got over here to the lease ground, and no fault of my own, but my own, but I hadn't been over here and scouted yet. It's about 1 hour and 20 minutes from my house. I'd kind of figured out over the years these birds like to hang in this field, and they like to hang up in this back corner here behind me. But this morning I got in here and got set up, slipped across the field in the daylight, and put these decoys out. Put the Jake decoy out, and I put a hen decoy out, and just kind of got in there and got nestled in and sat down. And about 6 o'clock I heard a gobble, and it sounded like it had hit in this field, but on the other side. So I let out a yelp, and he cut me right off, and here they come. And as hopefully as y'all can tell, the jakes come in first, and then I mean they just started whipping the crap out of that decoy, that jake decoy, and I mean whipped him, knocked him over, and then it wasn't long I yelped, and that gobbler gobbled again, and looked up, and two redheads come over the hill, and the first gobbler come in, and I don't know if it was the sound of the jakes beating that decoy or what, but as y'all can kind of tell, he got nervous and took off, and I just kind of sat there, and he kind of went off back with that other gobbler, and he come back in, and he just wasn't going to finish. He wasn't going to commit like I wanted him to. But anyway, we pulled the trigger, and we let that Super X2 and that Indian Creek choke tube just work, and I mean it flat. Yeah, I mean this turkey looked like he's been hit with a Mack truck. But he's a good bird. I believe he's a 3-year-old. He's got some pretty good hooks. I hope y'all can see that. He's got some real good hooks. He's got a good paintbrush. But y'all stay tuned, and remember, the season never ends.
Good morning, guys. It's April the 18th. My name's Josh Riley here with To Whitetails. We got Adam Clark behind the camera. We got in there this morning and slipped across the field before daylight. We thought yesterday morning when we were hunting that we heard a couple birds back here gobbling. So this morning we got up, got here on this leased ground of ours, got over here and got set up, and sure enough, we got one bird gobbling kind of that direction, probably right around 100 yards. Then there's another bird straight behind us that's gobbling. So hopefully they'll pitch out into this field, and we'll see what we can get done. Y'all stay tuned. Thanks for watching.
And I'll tell you what, buddy, we couldn't know we didn't plan on this happening, but by gosh, a double, I'll take it any day.
Well, turkey hunting is always full of surprises. I'm sitting there, camera, or behind the camera, and got my gun laid up. And lo and behold, he didn't call in a double. Once he shot, I done fell backwards, trying to get turned around to get my gun. And
oh, I didn't know it. I know you told me whenever we were sitting there, and then I told you there was two. You said, I don't know if I can get to my gun. I didn't know you had it laying to the side of you.
I was serious when I said that.
Yeah, I didn't know you had it to the side of you. And then after I shot, I was sitting there watching that other one, and I thought, well, why ain't they shooting? And then I heard you fall. And then I heard you grab your gun, and then luckily he didn't pay you no attention.
Yeah, he wasn't paying me no attention.
He didn't pay you nothing. He was focused on these AVNX decoys, and I mean, he was coming back in for some more.
Yeah.
And he got it. He got it with a dang face full of longbeards and them Indian Creek choke tubes. I mean, they just, man, they do a job on them. We thought about going to a different farm, and I'm glad we didn't.
Well, I'm telling you.
You know, I
never know.
I knew these two birds, or I knew a bird would have been back in this field, and or been in this field. And I mean, it just, by the grace of God, it worked out.
Yeah, he definitely was looking down on us today. It's a beautiful day, and started out the week. And
beautiful, no wind. It was a little cool. I had to put my jacket on when we got out of the truck, and I was walking across, and I told you, I should have put a layer on my legs. I got cold. But it was all worth it. Getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning and getting up here, and, you know, an hour and 20-minute drive from the house. I mean, it's worth it.
Absolutely.
Couldn't ask for nothing any better, and I couldn't ask for a better partner to be here with me.
Well, I'm telling you, I had fun. We done it again.
We done it again.
Y'all, thanks for watching Drawn to Whitetails. Remember, the season never ends.
Well, congratulations to Josh Riley and Adam Clark. They had some great hunts there. I mean, Jake's and Tom's just flogging the decoys, just some great hunting experiences. So thank you for filming that or videoing that and sharing that with us. The reason I'm standing here beside this cart today is this has been a big asset to us this year. It's an electric golf cart, club cart to be exact. And this has probably allowed me to hunt more, or made me hunt more locations, because I knew I didn't have to walk, you know, a quarter mile back into place. I could just get on the cart, go in there quietly, and get to a spot where I could kind of park it and then glass some fields. I know it's paid dividends on at least 2 birds that we've killed because we utilize this cart, and I hope to utilize it a lot more on this new piece of property that we have to hunt this fall. It's a long way from where we park to where we hunt, and the quietness of this will allow us to get access to that. We're going to be talking more and more about that going into some future shows. The other thing I'd mentioned in last week's show was we were talking about the sheds, and I found 3 this week. But one in particular I just wanted to touch on was this one right here. This is the deer that showed up after I missed kicker 8 on the interrupted by the shooter when I was doing the journal, and that shooter interrupted me. I thought this deer was 3.5 or potentially 3.5, but after finding his shed, I'm almost convinced now that he's 2.5. So I'm glad to see that he made it through the year. It's got some potential with this kicker already coming off, and I'm excited to see what this deer turns into going forward. But found, you know, a couple others as well, a little 4-point side and a little 3-point side. So continue as you're hunting, just continue to keep your eyes out for the white bone and the green grass. They really stick out to you. A little synopsis of what I've seen with turkey behavior. We had a lot of success mid-morning this week, between midday, between say 10 and 2. A lot of the hens are going to nest or going to do what they do, and they're losing, the toms are losing them, and they've been responsive to calling. So if you don't have luck right off the roost in the morning, and you stay patient with it, not in the game, come back, try again about 10 to 2, and you may have some luck. Well, that's going to do it for this week's show. We thank you for watching, and join us back again next week for some interesting stuff. I don't know exactly what we have planned yet, maybe a couple more turkey hunts, but we're going to be talking about some deer stuff as well in the coming weeks. So we thank you for joining us. Again, check us back again next week. And as we always say, the season never ends.